Penguin Random House Audio presents The Plant Messiah, Adventures in Search of the World's Rarest Species, by Carlos Magdalena. Read for you by Roy McMillan.
Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another, and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Carl Sagan, reflecting on a photograph of Earth taken by the Voyager 1 space probe from a distance of 6 billion kilometers. Pale Blue Dot, 1994. Prologue. I stood in front of the glasshouse bench. It was a frosty early morning at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, London. In front of me was a café marron plant, a gorgeous shrub that never stops blooming, with dark green leaves and snow-white, jasmine-like flowers. It had been grown from cuttings taken from a plant on the island of Rodriguez in the Indian Ocean. Actually, I should say the plant. It was the last of its species left in the world. This species, with the Latin name Ramosmania rodriguezii, had long been thought extinct. It hadn't been seen in the wild for over 50 years, but suddenly, in 1980, it was rediscovered by a schoolboy. Cuttings have limited uses. Only seed production could secure its long-term survival in the wild. Without seeds, it was destined to die. Experts had tried everything over the years to make this happen, but had failed. Now it was my turn. Could I break the code? I chose a bloom, then carefully unwrapped the scalpel blade. I placed it against the flower and held my breath. I was about to make the cut that could change the fate of this species. Introduction. A Messiah's Manifesto. Let me introduce myself. My name is Carlos Magdalena, and I am passionate about plants. In 2010, I was labeled El Mesías de las Plantas by Pablo Tuñón, a journalist who wrote about my work in the Spanish newspaper La Nueva España. I suspect the name was partly inspired by my post-biblical, though pre-hipster, beard and long hair, and also because I was spending a lot of my time trying to save plants on the brink of extinction. This alias reached a worldwide audience when Sir David Attenborough mentioned it while interviewing me for Kingdom of Plants, a series filmed at the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew. The Plant Messiah quickly became my media moniker, offering ample opportunity for mockery among friends and colleagues alike. My family loved the idea of my mum coming onto the balcony to shout, "He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy," in the style of the legendary sketch in Monty Python's Life of Brian. Don't panic, though. I don't have a Messiah complex. I recently looked up the word Messiah. It has several definitions. A leader regarded as the savior of a particular country, group, or cause. A zealous leader of some causes or project. A deliverer. And a messenger. I'm aiming to be them all. My mission is to make you aware of exactly how important plants are. In fact, I am obsessed with this idea. I want to tell you all about them and what they do for us, how crucial they are for our survival, and why we should save them. Plants are the key to the future of the planet for us and our children, yet they are taken for granted by billions every day, and we are often dismissive of their benefits. I am frustrated, sometimes angry, at this ignorance and indifference. We may be blind to the fact, but plants are the basis of everything, either directly or indirectly. Plants provide the air we breathe. Plants clothe us, heal us, and protect us. Plants provide our shelter, our daily food, and our drink. Think medicines, building materials, paper, rubber for car tires and contraceptives, cotton for denim jeans and linen for dresses. Think bread, beans, tea, orange juice, beer and wine. Think Coca-Cola. Then think about how cows eat grass, silage or hay, supplying our meat and milk, how chickens eat wheat and seeds and give us eggs, how sheep eat grass and give us wool. You see, plants are our greatest yet most humble servants. They care for us every day in every way. Without them, we would not survive. It is as simple as that. In return for their generosity, we treat them appallingly. They are unappreciated and drastically undervalued. We don't treat them like servants, but like slaves. Their homes are destroyed, their families decimated. They are forced to mass produce and sprayed with chemicals. Factory farming is not just for animals, but for plants also, and the environmental cost of this can be just as destructive. Unsustainable palm oil development is just one sad example of this. We destroy rainforests to plant crops in soil that can't support them. Without thought of what treasures the forests might hold, we drive flora and fauna to critically endangered levels and even extinction. During exploration and colonial expansion, we introduced goats to islands where they duly grazed the unique and delicate native flora until there was none left, removing the green glue that stabilized the soil and causing erosion problems that washed entire islands away. We introduced invasive weeds, a stifling, creeping death, smothering the local flora in a sinister form of botanical colonialism. Even today, we build houses on agricultural land, laying endless kilometers of lifeless, white-lined tarmac over what were once wild, flowery meadows, blocking our minds to the consequences. It's a display of plant blindness of epidemic proportions. With the destruction of plants, we destroy the fauna too. Bird, mammal, and insect species all gone forever. We rarely even think about what we're doing, and when we occasionally do, we still don't fully understand the consequences. We have moved away from millennia of direct contact with plants. Since the Industrial Revolution, the majority of the population in developed nations have never worked with them and rarely communed with them. In the shift from the countryside to the city, we have lost our direct link with plants. A great part of the problem is that whatever we do to them, plants can't speak. They can't plead their cause, warn of the folly of their destruction, or remind us of their importance with a raised voice or slammed fist on a table. Plants do not bleed when slashed, can't scream when burned, they can't write a message in a book. They need someone to do it for them. If they can't produce seeds to ensure their survival because their populations are so badly fragmented or reduced, or the survivors are just clinging to life, they need someone who will speak up on their behalf. They need someone who will say, "I will not tolerate extinction." Someone who understands plant science and will passionately champion their cause, using whatever means possible to ensure their survival. Many of the world's great gardens, like Kew, are not just for public education and entertainment. They collect and conserve rare species in cultivation and in the wild, saving them from oblivion and making them available to science, and have done so for generations. The collective academic and horticultural genius of their staff is unrivaled, their collections world-renowned. Though they are committed and passionate, they need someone to broadcast their message to the people on a global scale. I want to be this person. I want to make the world aware of what plants do for us. I want us to give plants a value and appreciate what they do. I want us to understand their importance for our survival and the survival of our families, our babies, grandparents, and future generations. I want us to realize that without them we would die, and most living things on land and in the air would die with us. I want us to be enthused by the importance of conservation, to be fired with the determination that we should never give up, even if there is only one plant left in the world. I want us to understand the importance of plants so much that we are moved to do something about it. A Messiah can't change attitudes without supporters who will spread the gospel. When it comes to conservation, we need passion, we need motivation, and we need action. It is time for a change. I want this book to start that change. People need plants, and plants need people. And spreading that message begins with me. And you. Chapter 1. Genesis.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?